seeds in the frozen ground. The frost came early that October year, turned every furrow white with fear. The wheat stood thin, the barn stood bare, and there wasn't much left anywhere. Mama counted pennies by the stove, while Daddy watched the fields below. He called me close when daylight died and put a little sack in my hands. Son, these seeds are worth more than gold. When the winter wind gets mean and cold, the ground may break, the fields may drown, but don't you ever count them out. When spring comes knocking at this door, we'll put these little seeds in the floor. Remember what I'm telling you, son, life ain't gone just because it can't be seen. We walked the fence beneath the silver moon, the valley sleeping underneath the gloom. Daddy showed me where the soil was deep, where buried roots could wait and sleep. He said a farmer learns to lose, but he also learns what not to use. Keep something back for another day, 'cause hard times never ask your name. Son, these seeds are worth more than gold. When the winter wind gets mean and cold, the ground may break, the fields may drown, but don't you ever count them out. When spring comes knocking at this door, we'll put these little seeds in the floor. Remember what I'm telling you, son, life ain't gone just because it can't be seen. That winter buried every road, and the cold felt heavier than the load. The church bell rang for another lost soul, while Daddy patched up the broken old barn. Some nights we had nothing but beans, some nights we dreamed of better things, but that little sack stayed by my bed, a promise in the place of bread. Years went by and Daddy grew old, his hands got rough, his hair turned gray, but every spring he'd hand me seeds and tell me, boy, believe. Now I'm standing where he used to stand, with dirt and tomorrow in my hands, and I hear his voice beneath the wind, like the valley speaking back again. These seeds are worth more The ground may crack, the rain may fail, still there's a story underneath that soil. When spring comes knocking at this door, we'll plant our hope like we did before. Son, remember what I've always known: life keeps growing in the frozen ground. So I buried those seeds beneath the snow, where my father taught me long ago. And when the first green shoots came through, I knew his promise had finally come true.
Bread line on Main Street, I walked to town with a quilt on my arm, 3 jars of beans and a little bit of charm. Mama said, son, don't sell it too cheap. We've got a hungry house and promises to keep. The train rode slow past the water tower, smoke in the sky like a dying flower. And every face on Main Street looked the same, tired eyes hiding underneath the name. There was a bread line on Main Street, folks standing quiet in the cold, waiting for a sack of flour, waiting for a little hope to hold. Nobody begged, nobody cried, just swallowed pride and stood in line. We were all just trying to make it through, one more hard day at a time. An old man traded me a pocket watch, said, son, it ain't worth what it once was. I shook my head and gave him the quilt. He looked away like he carried the guilt. A woman warned me, keep your money close, hard times can change the best of folks. I thanked her softly and checked my coat, then watched another freight train float. There was a bread line on Main Street, folks standing quiet in the cold, waiting for a sack of flour, waiting for a little hope to hold. Nobody begged, nobody cried, just swallowed pride and stood in line. We were all just trying to make it through, one more hard day at a time. A boy about my age stood near the door, his shoes were split across the floor. He stared at the flour like it was gold, trying hard to look brave, trying hard not to fold. I had 2 biscuits wrapped in my coat and 1 small apple I'd save for the road. I handed him one and said, take it, friend. He whispered, I'll remember this. The sheriff watched from across the street while tired boots shuffled underneath. No one knew what tomorrow would bring, but somebody started softly to sing. A broken voice, an old country tune, rose through the gray of an afternoon. For just a moment, the whole town heard something stronger than an empty word. There was a bread line on Main Street, folks standing quiet in the cold, waiting for a sack of flour, waiting for a little hope to hold. Nobody begged, nobody cried, cried, just swallowed pride and stood in line. And though the world had taken almost everything, we still had something we could give. I walked back home beneath the setting sun, with empty hands, but somehow I'd won. The road was long, the winter wind was cold, but dignity ain't something you can sell or fold. Daddy took a shovel by the pine, said, son, we're gonna need it this time. The wind had started crossing the plain, and clouds rolled black like a midnight train. We marked a circle beside the old well, then dug down deep where the cold couldn't tell. Mama brought jars from the pantry shelf and said this cellar might save us all. Beneath the pine, beneath the ground, there's a little place where hope is found. When the blizzard howls and the dust rolls high, we'll close that door and wait it out inside. Beans in a jar, pork hanging dry, clean well water waiting nearby. We may have a little, but we'll make it last down in the cellar beneath the pine. Stacked green beans along the wall, tomatoes and corn, enough for us all. Mama wrapped the pork in an old flour sack, while Daddy checked every board in the back. He said a man's got to think ahead. When the sky turns angry overhead, you can't stop a storm from crossing the land, but you can build something strong with your hands. Beneath the pine, beneath the ground, there's a little place where hope is found. When the blizzard howls and the dust rolls high, we'll close that door and wait it out inside. Beans in a jar, pork hanging dry, clean well water waiting nearby. We may have a little, but we'll make it last down in the cellar beneath the pine. Then came the night the whole house shook, the windows rattled, the chimney groaned, dust covered everything we knew, and snow came hard through the afternoon. Daddy grabbed the lantern off the wall, Mama, get the children down below. We crowded close beneath the earth, listening to the storm above us roar. The cello cried beneath the floor, the banjo whispered like an old back porch. Daddy sat quiet with his rifle near, Mama held us close against her. Nobody knew how long it'd be, but we had water, food, and family. Sometimes a home ain't walls and wood, sometimes it's knowing you've done all you could. Beneath the pine, beneath the ground, there's a little place where hope is found. When the blizzard howls and the dust rolls high, we'll close that door and wait it out inside. Beans in a jar, pork hanging dry, clean well water waiting nearby. We may have little, but we'll make it last. Down in the cellar, beneath the pine. Years later, that old cellar still remains, half covered now by grass and rain. I touch the door and remember why my father dug beneath that pine. He taught me storms will come and go, but a family survives by what it knows. And deep beneath that weathered pine, his hands still feel like they're holding mine. Sunday morning, snow along the road. Daddy wore the coat that his father once owned. A silver watch hung from a leather chain, ticking like a heart through the wind and rain. Preacher handed it down with a solemn face, said hard times test a family's grace. When paper money disappears like smoke, trust honest hands and the promises they hold. Trade a day's work for a sack of grain, trade a hammer when there's nothing to gain. Give what you got, don't borrow what you can't. A man's good word is worth more than a bank. And if the sheriff comes down that road, we'll meet him standing beneath our roof, with a pocket watch and an honest name. We'll keep this homestead all the same. We fixed old fences for the farmer down the way, split his winter wood for a little pay. He gave us flour, some beans and coal. No dollar bills ever changed hands at all. Mama traded eggs for a bolt of cloth. Daddy traded tools when the harvest was lost. Every little bargain kept the family fed. Every honest promise kept the roof overhead. Trade a day's work for a sack of grain, trade a hammer when there's nothing to gain. Give what you got, don't borrow what you can't. A man's good word is worth more than a bank. And if the sheriff comes down that road, we'll meet him standing beneath our roof, with a pocket watch and an honest name. We'll keep this homestead all the same. Then came the letter with the banker's seal, said we owed more than the land could yield. Daddy sat silent at the kitchen table, counting every coin that he was able. He took that watch from around his neck, laid it down with a quiet respect. Some things are worth more when times are hard, he said, if they keep a family on its farm. We carried that watch into town that day,
But the preacher's words never faded away. The banker looked at the silver in his hand, then heard the story of our little land. Neighbors came with tools and grain. One brought lumber, another brought hay. No one had much, but together we stood, trading what we could for what we needed good. Trade a day's work for a sack of grain. Trade a hammer when there's nothing to gain. Give what you got, don't borrow what you can't. A man's good word is worth more than a bank. The sheriff turned back from our weathered door, and that old farm stayed ours once more. The pocket watch bought us another day, but it was honest hands that saved the place. Now that watch hangs beside my bed, still ticking like the words he said. Money comes and money goes, but a good name is something nobody owns. When hard times come, I'll know what to do. Work with my hands and keep my word true, and let that silver watch remind me why a family survives when it stands side by side.
Came up over the county line, cold steel stars in a winter sky. Daddy handed me the lantern light, said, son, we're taking turns tonight. The cattle load in the frozen pen, a neighbor's truck rolled up at 10. We checked the barn to fuel the grain, then watched the dark roll across the plain. Night patrol on the county line, keeping watch till the morning shines. When hungry men start drifting through, you don't know what hard times make folks do. So keep your eyes open, keep your rifle down, protect what we've got without hunting trouble down. Through every cold and restless night, we watch the farms till morning light. Old Charlie brought his double-barrel gun, said don't go looking for anyone. We knew the difference between fear and hate, and knew a desperate man could change his fate. We found fresh tracks behind the grain, leading east toward the railroad train. Nobody spoke, we let them go, just filled the lanterns and checked the snow. Night patrol on the county line, keeping watch till the morning shines. When hungry men start drifting through, you don't know what hard times make folks do. So keep your eyes open, keep your rifle down, protect what we've got without hunting trouble down. Through every cold and restless night, we watch the farms till morning light. One night we saw a shadow by the shed, a young man's coat pulled tight around his head. He froze when Charlie called then lowered his hands and stood ashamed. Said his family hadn't eaten in 2 days. Said he'd walked 30 miles through the haze. We gave him coffee, bread, and some grain, then pointed him toward the county road again. Daddy always told me, son, remember this: guard your home, but don't forget your heart. Hard times can turn a neighbor into a stranger, but mercy keeps a man from falling apart. So we kept the watch till the winter broke, through empty barns and chimney smoke. We protected every field we could, and help when helping someone did some good. Night patrol on the county line, keeping watch till the morning shines. When hungry men start drifting through, you don't know what hard times make folks do. So keep your eyes open, keep your rifle down, protect what you've got without hunting trouble down. Through every cold and restless night, we watch the farms till morning light. Years have passed since those nights were young. The old patrol songs are nearly done, but when the moon hangs over that county line, I still remember those winter nights. We learned you can guard what you call home without letting another man face the dark alone.
Train pulled out before the sun. Mama cried when I was gone. Daddy stood beside the gate, said, son, come home, don't tempt your fate. I carried more than a soldier's pack, a little Bible and the shirt on my back, and in my pocket folded tight were words from home to read at night. Letters from the front line trenches, written where the cold wind blows. I learned to wait, I learned to listen, like Daddy taught me long ago. Keep your eyes sharp, save what you can, use your hands and trust your plan. When the world turns dark and wild, remember home, remember why. The trenches filled with the winter rain, mud covered boots and hid the plane. We shared our coffee, saved our bread, and counted every shell overhead. I knew when silence meant danger near, I knew when not to move from fear. The farmer taught me, watch the sky, watch the ground, and know when to hide. Letters from the front line trenches, written where the cold wind blows. Like Daddy taught me long ago. Keep your eyes sharp, save what you can, use
Use your hands and trust your plan. When the world turns dark and wild, remember home, remember why. One night the rain came down like stone, and every man was cold and alone. I found a scrap of broken wood, built a little cover where I could. My buddy laughed and said, "You're a farm boy still." I told him that's what keeps me here. You learn to fix what life breaks down, even when there's no safe ground. Mama wrote, "The wheat is growing." Daddy wrote, "The cellar's sound." Your old dog sleeps beside the doorway, and your seeds are in the ground. I read those words beneath the fire while distant guns began to roar. For one brief moment I could see that little cabin once more. I never told them what I saw, never wrote about the fallen boys. I kept those things beneath my heart, where memories don't make much noise. Instead I wrote, "I'm doing fine. Spring will come in its own time," and signed my name beneath the line, hoping I'd be home by summertime. Letters from the front line trenches, written where the cold wind blows. I learned to wait, I learned to listen, like Daddy taught me long ago. Keep your eyes sharp, save what you can. Use your hands and trust your plan. When the world turns dark and wild, remember home, remember why. Years later, those letters remain, folded soft from the years and rain. And every time I read them through, I hear my father's voice come through. "Son, when the world won't let you stay, hold on till you find your way." So I keep those letters close to me, from a farm boy lost beyond the sea. Wasn't whole, I carried winter deep in my soul. One leg limped and my shoulder ached, too many memories I couldn't shake. So I left the highway, followed a creek, up through the ridges where the mountains speak. An old man waved from a cabin door, said, "Son, you look like you've seen war." There's smoke over the Smokies, rising through the morning blue. A little cabin in the holler, where the mountains pull you through. No city lights, no ringing phones, just creek water over weathered stones. I came here carrying yesterday, and the old mountain taught me how to stay. I built 4 walls from fallen pine, cut the logs one piece at a time, hung a lantern beside the door, made a bed from an old oak floor. Grandma May came walking down the trail with mountain herbs tied in a faded cloth. She said, "Boy, the woods know more than you think, but don't mistake old stories for a doctor's word." There's smoke over the Smokies, rising through the morning blue. A little cabin in the holler, mountains pull you through. No city lights, no ringing phones, just creek water over weathered stones. I came here carrying yesterday, and the old mountain taught me how to stay. Old Jet taught me where the wild plants grew, which leaves were useful and which ones to leave alone. He showed me roots and mountain tea, but warned me, respect what you don't know. We gathered herbs beneath the trees while the banjo rang in the evening breeze. I learned that healing ain't always fast, sometimes you just learn to let time pass. Some nights I dreamed a distant gun, some mornings I woke before the sun. But every day the mountains stood quiet as only mountains could. The creek kept running, the pine trees swayed, and little by little the fear began to fade. I didn't forget what I'd been through, I just found something stronger to hold on to. By autumn, smoke rose from my chimney, and the cabin felt like home to me. I carved my name beside the door, then stopped counting what I'd lost before. The elders came when the first snow fell. We shared coffee beside the firelight glow. They never asked me to explain the war, they just showed me how to live once more. There's smoke over the Smokies rising through the morning blue, a little cabin in the holler where the mountains pull you through. No city lights, no ringing phones, just creek water over weathered stones. I came here carrying yesterday, but the mountains taught me how to breathe. And somewhere in those ridges high, I finally stopped asking why. Smoke over the Smokies, fading with the dawn. Another night behind me, another morning on. The war will always be a chapter in my name, but these old mountains taught my heart to heal again. The man said it would pass us by. Then I started falling from a blackened sky. By midnight every telephone died, and the power lines snapped one by one outside. The whole town went dark before dawn. Gas pumps quit and the traffic moved on. Folks stood in stores with nowhere to go, while our old wood stove kept burning slow. When the power line snapped, we didn't fall apart. We had wood by the fireplace and food stored in the dark. Cast iron on the old stove, coffee in a battered tin. While the modern world was freezing, we knew how to begin again. The highway filled with abandoned cars, no street lights shining underneath the stars. People came knocking from town that night, looking for heat and a little light. Mama opened up the pantry door, said we've got enough to share some more. Beans, dried corn, potatoes and bread, things our grandparents taught us to keep ahead. When the power line snapped, we didn't fall apart. We had wood by the fireplace and food stored in the dark. Cast iron on the old stove, coffee in a battered tin. while the modern world was freezing. We knew how to begin again. For 3 long weeks the ice stayed hard, trees fell heavy across the yard. The fuel trucks couldn't make it through, but our wood pile carried us through. We melted snow and the well froze tight, kept one lantern burning through the night. Nobody cared about television then, we just kept the fire alive and checked on friends. I remembered stories Daddy told about the depression and winter's cold. He said a man knows how to mend, won't fear the world when the machine's in. So I split more wood and filled the stove while the storm kept pushing against the old home. The world had forgotten what simple things meant, but we'd never forgotten where our strength came from. When the first truck finally came to town, ice began melting and the sun came down. Power crews worked along the road, restoring wires beneath the heavy load. People cheered when the lights came on, but we kept cooking till the darkness was gone, because we knew from the storm we'd survive. You don't need much to keep a family alive. When the power line snapped, we didn't fall apart. We had wood by the fireplace and food stored in the dark. Cast iron on the old stove, coffee in a battered tin, while the modern world was freezing. We knew how to begin again. Now the lights shine brighter than before, but I still keep firewood beside the door. And every winter when the cold winds blow, I remember what my father used to know. Power can fail, and the whole world can stop, but a prepared heart doesn't have to drop. When the power line snapped that year, we learned what really kept us here. The winter sun was fading low, and my old rocking chair moved slow. I pulled a leather book from the shelf, worn smooth by the hands of myself. The pages smelled of smoke and rain, of cornfield dust and summer grain. I dipped my pen and started to write what my father taught me by lantern light. This is the old man's ledger, more than numbers, more than names. It's the things you need when seasons change, when life don't play its games, when the well runs low and winter comes, when the fields won't give you none. Turn these pages, boys and girls, and you'll know where you've come from. Plant beans when the dogwoods bloom, save your best seeds for the coming June. Put corn in the ground when the soil feels warm, and watched the sky before the storm. I rode where the old well never runs dry, where the creek bends underneath the pines, how to mend a fence, sharpen a blade, and make a tool from what the blacksmith made. This is the old man's ledger, more than numbers, more than names. It's the things you need when seasons change, when life don't play its games, when the well runs low, when winter comes, when the fields won't give you none. Turn these pages, boys and girls, and you'll know where you've come from. I wrote down herbs my grandmother knew, but marked the ones that could harm you too. Never trust a plant by looks alone, learn its name before you bring it home. I wrote how to dry them, how to store, and when an old remedy wasn't enough anymore. Some wisdom is knowing when to ask for aid. There's no shame in calling a doctor when needed. My hand shook harder as the years went by, but I kept writing underneath that light. I wrote about storms, I wrote about drought, and every hard road we ever walked out. Then I left a page with a single line: take what you need, but leave some behind. Because knowledge ain't worth much in a book if nobody carries it forward. My grandchildren came on Christmas Eve, 3 little faces looking up at me. I placed the ledger into their hands and said, "This belonged to your granddad's granddad." They laughed at the crooked, weathered lines, at maps drawn beside the planting signs. I told them, you may never need these things, but knowing how to live is worth everything. This is the old man's ledger, more than numbers, more than names. It's the things you need when seasons change, when life don't play its games, when the well runs low, when winter comes, when the fields won't give you none. Turn these pages, boys and girls, and you'll know where you've come from. Now the rocking chair sits quiet by the wall, and sunlight fades across the hall. But somewhere beyond this old man's years, those pages travel through their hands, a leather book, a family line, a little wisdom saved through time. And every time they open that ledger wide, a piece of the old man is still alive. Porch boards creak beneath our feet, just like they had when Grandpa's heart beat. The old house stood through another hard year, with the wind at the windows and trouble near. We gathered close as the daylight faded, while the news on the radio sounded jaded. Then my sister reached for that leather book and opened the pages with a careful look. We've got roots deeper than the storm, stronger than the winds that shake this home. We got seeds saved from another day, and an old man's words to show the way. When the world gets cold and the road gets long, each other and carry on. What our fathers knew we'll pass along. We got roots deeper than the storm. Save what you can and waste no grain. Watch the clouds before they bring the rain. Fix what breaks with the tools you own, and never think you have to stand alone. The handwriting shook across the page, but every word had survived an age. Grandma pointed toward the old well, said your grandfather knew that ground well. We've got roots deeper than the storm, stronger than the winds that shape this home. We've got seeds saved from another day, and in no man's words to show the way. When the world gets cold and the road gets long, we'll hold each other and carry on. What our fathers knew we'll pass along. We got roots deeper than the storm. The power failed before the winter came, and the roads disappeared beneath the rain. The store shelves emptied down in town, but we had potatoes safely underground. We split the wood and warmed the room, lit an old lantern against the gloom. And for the first time we understood why Grandpa saved every little bit he could. It wasn't about living in yesterday or turning our backs on a changing age. It was knowing what to do when things went wrong, knowing how to bend without breaking strong. The ledger wasn't just a book of old ways, it was courage written across the pages. A family's strength isn't measured by gold, it's the wisdom that survives when the world gets cold. By morning the storm had started to break. Sunlight came through the frozen trees. We stood on that porch where Grandpa stood, looking out across the fields he loved. My youngest boy held the ledger tight and asked, will we need these words tonight? I smiled and said, maybe we will, but knowing them makes us stronger still. We've got roots deeper than the storm, stronger than the winds that shape this home. We've got seeds saved from another day, and in no man's words to show the way. When the world gets cold and the road gets long, we'll hold each other and carry on. What our fathers knew we'll pass along. We've got roots deeper than the storm, roots deeper than the storm, roots deeper than the rain. Through every hard and hungry year we'll rise and stand again. From the frozen ground to the mountain sky, the old words never die. As long as one generation remembers, the family tree will rise. The ledger closed in my grandson's hands while morning stretched across the land. 4 generations on one old porch, still standing when the storm had passed. And I knew then what Grandpa meant. Home isn't what the years can take, it's what we teach the ones who come and what they choose to carry on.